Good day, folks. So, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had a little hesitation making this small video, even though this is a small time channel. Even my old one, some of you know, I deleted my old channel because I wanted to remain inconspicuous. But I took a walk this morning in the slums, where I was staying at, and I kind of needed to see what's it like in these conditions, what the average Filipino goes through it every day, even the average poor person. And I'm not gonna lie, obviously I'm not kind of used to this sorts of environment, but I think the moment that struck me the most this morning was when I was walking the slums this morning, I saw a dog laying down. The dog was starved to death. So that was kind of a mental, I had some mental resistance there for a moment, just to realize how much I had it in life based on the choices I made as a Croatian born, American raised, just based on my accent. But I don't consider myself an American. I never was an American. I'm still and I'll always be Croatian, even though I've my national language is extremely poor. But I mean, it's something I couldn't control, because of the Yugoslavia war and all that shit. But but shout out to Pars and Hold the Truth, especially Pars, because I watched a video where he was talking about his perspectives on Japan, and I actually agree a lot. Because I too had some appreciation for Japanese people. They most of them are extremely polite, even at the airport. And what they go through on an everyday basis, because an average person, is what I can tell, is they basically work, they work 24/7. Like they literally have to work in order to survive every second, because they have no other choice. And just because the laws here don't benefit. It don't benefit for an average person here in the Philippines. Even Cebu. I've come to a place of humility, and that's something what the average Western person lacks, is humility, especially the feminist women, those what I consider, female Bolsheviks. And even yesterday I had a little, me and my girl, we were kind of fighting about, just some stupid shit. And I don't want to say that I had like a simp lapse, but I have to admit I got a little emotional, because living in the West really traumatized me. And after coming here, this is like my fourth day so far, and how people treated me just because of my skin color, my status, as of course most people look at me, most Filipino look at me as a walking ATM. But at the same time, they do treat me with respect, unlike unlike the Westerners and the female Bolsheviks, the femicunts, where they treat an average guy who makes a lot of money with total disrespect, with absolute disgust, just because of how he looks and all that stuff. And I'm after seeing some videos on TikTok and on YouTube, American women getting trashed. They're getting trashed by everybody. They're getting, dude. Now, it's no surprise that more and more American men are leaving the West, or either it's temporarily or permanently. But this is a global movement. It's not just it's not like a MGTOW thing where men decide to not associate with women, but it's a global thing. Like it's not the dating aspect, the marriage aspect that's totally intoxicated, but the U.S. is plain on sight satanic. Even though I'm wearing a black metal shirt, but it's just. Anyways, it's and still a lot of people don't see a bigger picture. I mean, I'm not even a fan of Trump. I know Trump is a suspect. I know a lot of these conservatives are gonna bash me and say, "Oh, how dare you, Trump." Even my dad's even my dad keeps telling me, "Oh, Trump was right so many ways." I don't give a shit. I mean, back when he was president, I have to agree on, we had better gas price and all that, but there was still a lot of fucked up shit that I've been through. There was still a lot of problems that he couldn't even solve when he was in office. Hell, he's I have to admit, he does come out like a fascist, like a Nazi. I do see in a liberal perspective, or actually, sorry, a democratic perspective, how they say he comes out in a certain way. He does come out like a nationalist. He keeps saying, "Oh, we're gonna kick the globalists out." I'm a globalist, for fuck's sake. So technically he's a hypocrite. All these famous Westerners, even Hollywood and all that shit. All those people. Actually, I'd say 90% of people in the West, or how about? Yeah, I'd say in the West. Fuck. Yeah, I'd say 90% people in the West have cognitive dissonance. And I even had to look it up to make sure I got the definition right and the synonyms and all that. And it was coined by a psychologist. I forget his name. But basically, people, they tend to contradict themselves. They tend to say, "Oh," for example, like my girlfriend, for example. I keep telling her that it's not good for her health to drink Coke every day. And she knows that, because, it does make her a little bloated. I notice. I mean, lately she has been drinking, ever since she's been with me. So I tend to, make sure that she's, she's accountable, So, that's just an example. Even me. I noticed that I had a little clash with my own cognitive dissonance. So that's something I have to admit, and which is why humility is a very important aspect of being human. Of course, people here in the Philippines, they already know. They're fully aware that they are fully human, that they have limitations here. Unlike the West is all about all that superficial shit. Especially got the social media realm, like Instagram and these female Bolsheviks. Yeah, and I actually made up a little prediction when it comes to all the global passport movement. So my thing about the female Bolsheviks in America is they're gonna start running out of they're gonna start running out of options. Of course, there's gonna be some simps here and there, but nevertheless, even the simps, sooner or later, they're gonna start dipping out. They're gonna start dipping out of the U.S. They're gonna find a Filipina, a single mom Filipina that treats them 10 times more than a female Bolshevik would, or a single mother female Bolshevik would. And sooner or later, it's gonna take years and years, but sooner or later, these female Bolsheviks are gonna end up poor, financially poor, mentally and emotionally poor. They're gonna be starved to death, just like the dog that I've seen this morning. They're gonna within, I'd say, probably within a 5 to 10 year mark. I'd say most of these female Bolsheviks are gonna end up like starved dogs on the street. Yeah, and of course I'm gonna be. I mean, if this was on TikTok, this video would have been banned because of my brutal honesty and as well as my critical analysis on what I've experienced here in Cebu. And I actually enjoy this city, even though with the pros and cons and the financial upgrade. The financial advantage I have here. I don't tend to go overboard with my dollars. I make sure that I have enough to go around and all that. Fucking bugs. So so that's just my little intake, and I hope those of you, please feel free to share this video. If you're on Discord, share. I know it's a very, very small channel. I've always known it's because I'm already shadow banned. Based on the algorithms and all that. It's a very YouTube doesn't like the stuff that I'm saying right now because they are they're Zionist pigs. Okay. Same with TikTok, communist pigs. That's kind of why I got banned. I got banned twice, actually. It was a funny story, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad I'm banned on TikTok. I actually feel more mentally liberated, and it kind of makes me go. It makes me more grounded. I'm actually more grounded now since I have less social media, and I don't necessarily need it in order to make money. I just got a gut feeling, I just don't. There's so many ways to make money, either if you're in the West or in the East. But what's more valuable the most is not only the knowledge, how you use them, the mistakes that you make, and how you implement them, how you share with other people that are open-minded. And I do sincerely hope that you guys can take this. Well, I was gonna say take this to heart, but I'm saying just keep it in your prefrontal cortex, and even if you're thinking about traveling, I mean, you don't necessarily have to go to Cebu, but you can go other places in the world. But I'm saying, Cebu is a pretty good spot. You can go a long way for your dollar, for sure. I don't recommend going to Manila. I'm not a city guy. I mean, of course I'm in a city, but Manila is just, honestly, it's this is 10 times worse than this, man. I mean, it's just not. It's not for me, man. You know, thanks to my experience at the Manila airport, how they conned me over, so I had to get another flight to Cebu, but it's all right. But yeah, so please feel free to comment, and I hope you enjoy the show.